There he is. Good job. Good eye. I didn't know that.
Good evening and God bless. I have to tell you a quick story. First of all, I'm very honored to be here tonight to the anniversary, 60th anniversary of Harry and Julia. We grew up together in Wilbur, and it is such an honor to be here tonight. Congratulations from my, from the big fella above and from my heart. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So, I got to tell you a quick story. You know, going through security at the airport, you know, they got these new security measures. They confiscated me holy water. But I'll tell you what, you get a good scoop of 12-skill toilet water and bless it. Okay, I'm sorry. They want me to move over this way, sorry. I can't. It says I gotta stand over here. I never had so many people pushing a cardinal around the jeans. Who the hell do you think you are? You should just spin the discs over here.
I was born 3 days before Christmas in 1949. My mother's name's Mary. My father's name's Joseph. I got a birth certificate to prove it. You want to mess with me?
Where the hell's me holy water? I'm gonna make you drink that 12-skill toilet water. Jesus. Anyway, 60 years. 60 years, that is quite a feat. It's unbelievable, actually. And I gotta, it all began, what year did you start dating? 1946, 7, maybe, something like that?
1947.
I have to tell you a little story. When I was starting out as a priest, I was doing confessions down at the Holy Name. And I think it was 1947 or so, something around there. And a young Irish girl came to see me. I mean, there were plenty of Irish girls in Wilbur. I mean, it wasn't necessarily. And she talked about, you know, her boyfriend being back from the war. There were a lot of boyfriends back from the war. However, this boyfriend was could have been in the Army, Navy, or whatever. He was in the Army, actually, this one. And evidently he was stationed in Australia. But that could have been anyone. Who knows? Sure. And I think it went something like, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned," she said. But my boyfriend came home from overseas, and he held me hand for over an hour last night. I said, "That's okay, it's no problem." They said, "You haven't seen him in a while." And she says, "But Father," she says, "he kissed me 7, 8, 9 times." I said, "Well, that's no problem, it's just a little affection." She says, "But Father," she said, "we made love." I said, "Oh!" And she said, "Twice." And I said, "Young lady, 5 Hail Marys, 3 Our Fathers, and I want you to head down the hill and over to Glennon's grocery. I want you to buy 7 lemons. Cut them in half, go on home, cut them in half, and strain them, put them in a glass, and drink it straight down." She says, "Will that wash away me sins, Father?" I said, "No, but I'll wipe that silly smile off your face for Jesus." Citation. You horse lovers won the Triple Crown that year. The great Babe Ruth passed away in 1948. Candid Camera was the big TV show that year. Just came out, Candid Camera. Yep. course, in 1948, Harry and Julia were married. That was the highlight for this family, that's for sure. And it reminds me of a story. Did you ever hear the one about the Polish fella that married the Irish girl? And on their honeymoon night, they stayed up all night long. In fact, they even made cheese and crackers, waiting for their sexual relations to arrive. Did you just get that? Waiting for their sexual relations to arrive. Now, soon after that, they became parents of 3 fine children. We know them all. They're all here tonight. And that reminds me, we play a little game in the family. It's called Who Doesn't Belong and Why? It's a game of association. So I've got one here for you. And here's how we kick it off. Who doesn't belong and why? Not who doesn't belong in Hawaii, as though Tammy's kids think. Who doesn't belong and why? Julianne, Stephen, or Debbie? Who doesn't belong and why?
Stephen, he's the only boy.
Of course it's Stephen but Jesus. Unlike Debbie or Julianne, who grew up loving their mother's cooking, especially her sauerkraut and kielbasa, it was Stephen who ate nothing but peanut butter and jelly, but was born with a Polish kielbasa but Jesus. You know, the years fly by. I remember on your 25th, I said to Julia, I said, so what are you doing on your 25th? She says, I'm going to take Harry over to Hawaii. Is that right? Yeah. I said, well, that's a nice trip. I said, what are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do on your 30th? She says, I think I'll go bring him back. And I think it was on their 50th anniversary. They were cutting the cake, and Harry had a little tear in his eye. And Julia said, Harry, you get sentimental on me here, your 50th anniversary. He said, well, I was thinking back. He says, remember, it was a little over 50 years ago, you and I were rolling around the barn. Your father walked in on us. He said, you're either going to marry her or you're going to prison for 50 years. He goes, think about it. I'd be a free man today. But Debbie says, she says they get along just like newlyweds. She says the other day, he says, Daddy fell asleep. He fell asleep on the couch there, had his glasses on, and he woke up and Julia walked over to him and she took his glasses off. She said, Harry, she says, you look just like the handsome man I married almost 60 years ago. He looked up at her, he said, yeah, without me glasses, you look pretty good too. But now it's time for an anniversary blessing. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. It's Harry and Julia who tonight we will toast. A long time ago, 60 years up to now, back when Julia turned heads and Harry milked cows, they decided to marry in the spring of the year. And so their journey began. This much is clear. Soon after came children, numbers 1, 2, and 3. In no time at all, they had their own family. And so life went on in good times and bad. They weathered all storms, and for this we are glad. Now the family they started has continued to grow, and for this they are so happy, and rightfully so. They've continued their love since the day they were vowed, such a shining example. They have made us all proud. So bless Harry and Julia, your friends and family do say, our sincere congratulations on your special anniversary day. God bless.